Hey guys, what's up? It's TenneyBox here. Welcome back to another commentary video. I've been balancing these commentaries out quite a bit. I want to have main content being Let's Plays and commentary, so I'm just trying to balance the two out. But today I'm going to be talking about microtransactions once again, but mostly just the responses from companies. I'm going to be providing some links to articles for like kind of what I'm referencing, but I don't have anything specific picked out yet. I'm just going to be mentioning some things from like Take-Two, I believe is the main company that said this. And they basically issued a statement saying that they didn't think that microtransactions and loot boxes were gambling. To which I say there's a conflict of interest here. So let's say, for example, like if you know a big cigarette company or alcohol brand or cigarette brand, they're not going to go out and say, oh, our brand causes lung cancer. Our brand can lead to alcoholism. They're not going to say the negative things about their brand. They're going to be like, yeah, let's party hard. We got alcohol. Look at all these hot girls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They're not going to say, like, there's actually bad side effects to them because that's not the way it works. People just have this common sense to them where they think, oh, I know the risk when I do this, right? But with Take-Two, I don't think it's right that they're just able to say it's not gambling because they're the ones that are selling the product, or they're the ones that are giving it to they're the ones that are over like Rockstar, and they're the ones selling the product. But it just doesn't make sense to me. It baffles me that this is even an article. Why would you make this statement saying that your system isn't gambling? You can't say... You can say whatever you want, but that isn't validated anymore, saying that your stuff isn't, like... It's like an alcohol company or brand saying, oh, our alcohol can't get you drunk. Like, you can't say that. It's a conflict of interest. It's I'm just at a loss of words, because it makes no sense. Why would they be able to tell you what is presumably up to the audience or up to the mainstream media to decide whether or not it's gambling? And it just frustrates me so much because people buy into this. They're like, oh, Take-Two says it's not gambling, so I guess it's not. It's like they want you to think it's not gambling, even though it's literally the definition of gambling. And I will hold that to the day I die, that belief. Even if let's say that it's like, oh, legally it's technically not gambling. I will still hold the belief that it's gambling. You're paying money to get a possibility of having a good thing. And you can end up with a bunch of garbage stuff. So I don't understand what the gripe is with that. I think we should just call it what it is. It's gambling, and I don't think it should be in mainstream games, especially $60 ones. And it's just even if it's cosmetic. I said before that I didn't care if it's cosmetic, but I also do care because if somebody has something cooler than me, even though I paid my $60 for the game and I can't just grind it out, that's frustrating, man. I don't want to pay $10 to get a stupid camo. Even though the camo looks really awesome, I'm not going to waste my bank account money saying, "Oh, let's go buy the phase camo or something like that." Not that there's anything wrong with phase. I don't even know if there's a phase camo, but there's nothing wrong with that brand or whatever camo. It's just the fact that you have to pay legitimate money for it, and it's ridiculous. So I don't understand why Take-Two and all these companies that are literally indirectly selling the product are allowed to say what they are and what they aren't. Like, sure, they should be able to say, they can say what they are, but I don't think that's what we should go by their word for. Like, you can't be like, oh, it's not gambling because we said so, even though it's like literally the definition of gambling. It's not gambling, so I guess it's not. I mean, you can't do that, and I don't think people should believe that it isn't. I don't think anybody's really buying into this notion, but I just wanted to make this video to talk about it, just because I thought it was so ridiculous that Take-Two would even make such a stupid announcement. But then again, Take-Two was also the company that wanted to ban mods earlier this year, so my God, I don't think anybody at these big companies like these. You know what I'm talking about, like the corporate heads, like they don't know what they're really talking about when it comes to games. They think they know, and all they want to do is turn a quick buck. Clearly, when they say, "Oh, no, it's okay, guys, keep buying our stuff. It's not gambling. It's not illegitimate like practices. We're totally in the right here. It's not gambling." Well, of course they're gonna say it's not gambling. They want to make more profit. It's a conflict of interest. It's just like a cigarette company saying, or cigarette brand or alcohol brand saying that there aren't bad side effects. Just keep drinking and keep smoking. Not that there's anything wrong with those things. I personally don't do either one of them. But, you know, if people do it, I'm not going to be judgmental. But I would think that they would know the side effects of it, you know? I mean, it's just one of those situations where there's really nobody else to blame except for ourselves and the companies. Yeah, it's on the companies for being greedy and for thinking that we're stupid, but it's also on us as gamers for letting it go this far and by just letting microtransactions become a norm. It honestly is. I've never purchased a microtransaction other than, like, a DLC, but I know people that buy supply crates, and there's nothing wrong with those people that do, except for they are feeding this machine that is just saying, oh, they're buying it, so it must be okay. No, it's not okay. It's become such a norm at this point that I'm not even surprised when I load up a $60 game and be like, oh, here's some more content that I can't access unless I pay more money for. And it's sickening. It really is. I wish that we had a regulated system, and that's what it's probably going to come down to. A lot of governments are getting involved now, which, honestly, it's going to go to one of two ways. It's going to be like, it's going to either hurt the gaming industry or it's going to help it. Because if they shut it down, and let's say that these companies are being actually, like, legitimate when they say, oh, this is how we earn our money back on the game. Which, I have reason to believe that that isn't 100% true. I would say it depends on the game company and the game, obviously. But, for, like, GTA 5, you cannot tell me that they did not make their money back on that game without microtransactions. With the microtransactions, what was it? Didn't they say, I don't want to say numbers exactly, but they made quite a lot of money from microtransactions. And they're still making money on it every day. And that game has been out, when that game come out, 2013 or 14? That game's been out for a long time. And I've had it since not day one, but like month 1 or 1 month in or something like that. But I still to this day have not bought a shark card because I don't believe that that's the right way to feed the consumer, or not the consumers, to feed the producers of things. I don't think that it should be considered a norm to feed these companies money just to get stuff that should have been in the game on day one. I honestly believe that. I don't know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section down below. I just wanted to talk about this conflict of interest. I'm sorry if I sounded jumbled up at points, because I honestly am. It's what the whole commentary is kind of about. There really isn't a right answer here, because you have companies... Well, there is a right answer if companies would actually make good products and actually not screw over the investor and or the consumer. That would be Shangri-La. That would be heaven. That would be the perfect... like I almost said the American dream. That would be the perfect dream if consumers actually, or not consumers, if companies actually listened to their consumers and they didn't try to screw them out of money. So honestly, there's nothing else really for me to say in this video. Just know that I don't want to necessarily say that every microtransaction, like, DLC is bad, but, like, microtransactions in general, I think, just need to die off. When I say microtransactions, I'm talking about, like, pay $4.99 to get a 2-hour XP boost or some bullcrap, or get a supply drop. Like, I honestly, the supply drop thing, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this could be a cool idea. And my little brain didn't think about how one day it could possibly screw over people by saying, oh, well, we're bringing real money into the equation now, so it's not fun anymore. What happened to the good old days of gaming where you actually had to grind for stuff and people actually had to struggle to do stuff? I remember playing World of Warcraft back in the day and having no gold whatsoever. I had to grind that stuff out. I was god-awful at that game. But you know what? I made it work because it was a fun game. And I think it still would be if I still played it. But I'm not paying $15 a month for that. Another rant entirely. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry for sounding jumbled up. That's honestly what this whole situation is, though. It's jumbled up. It's messy. It's not going to have a pretty ending, I feel like. It's one of two things that's going to happen, like I said. Either the consumers are going to get what they want, and it's going to hurt the gaming industry because people and these companies are so used to getting this extra cash flow of currency and just monetary gain from these supply drops and microtransactions. Or they're just going to keep doing it and say, screw the consumer. And then at that point, I say, consumers, we have to fight back. And it's not in vain either. If it's one person, if it's just me, then yeah, it's in vain. But if a lot of people actually speak their mind and actually have a thought and an opinion on something and say that, no, this is wrong, you shouldn't be able to do this, then I honestly feel like we can make a change. But it's going to have to take all of us. I sincerely believe that it's going to take almost every single one of us to say, just like with Battlefront 2, that is, that this isn't okay. This is unacceptable behavior. It's greedy, it's scummy, and it shouldn't be in our medium that we know and love. So, those are my thoughts, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. Sorry for having so many outros in this video and just being all jumbled up and stuff. But yeah, this is a subject that I'm passionate about, and I don't think that gaming companies should say whether or not what they have as what they have for sale is or isn't something. Like, they can't. I think there comes a line when if it's something that is morally gray, like gambling, for example. I don't think they should be like, no, it's not gambling, man. Our thing doesn't promote gambling, you know. It's like the ESRB, like if they were like, and I know that they made the wrong decision on calling this gambling as well, but why would they? They're stupid. But that's just like having GTA 5 be like, you know what, we're not going to go through the ESRB to rate our game, we're going to rate our own game. It's a E for everyone game. There's no violence, gore, nudity, blood. There's nothing in this game like that. And then when it comes out, people were like, but you said it was E for everyone, and then people are pissed. See, this is why things need regulating, guys. People can't just say, oh, it's not gambling, or companies can't just say it's not gambling. There needs to be an actual legislation or regulation telling people, yeah, this is screwing people over. This is gambling. This is not right. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here like, common sense. These companies, people are getting paid hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to say stupid things. And it makes me so upset because I'm just sitting here at 20 years old, going to college, and I'm just like, wait a second. How can a 20-year-old college student see through what probably businessmen that went through years and years and years of college or on these high positions or whatever degree that they have, or even who knows if they have a degree? How are they getting these jobs? Who knows? But man, it's frustrating. I know I said I was doing the outro, but I decided to talk a second more. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Keep calm, trust your instincts. I'll see you guys in the next video, let's play, or possible commentary. Who knows at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep calm, trust your instincts once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.